We want lifeboat. We want lifeboat. Give the people what they want. You're on the lifeboat. This is Captain Calhoun speaking. How is everybody? Hopefully your Monday is going a little better than mine. I mean, it's not the worst Monday ever. It's not terrible. It's just off. It's just weird. Davey, Lacey Silver, Mile High Hokey, good to see ya. Hey there. Ben Bacon Bits, Tara Smiling, Valerie 102, Lord Kiss Freak. Hey there. How you guys doing? Come Alive Ministries, welcome. Mile High Hokey, Body Illusion. Good evening, friends. The Seventh Son. Hey there. Kristen Melinda. You made it, Davey. I'm glad you made it. Sorry I made you wait so long. Bridget Alexander, welcome. Good to see ya. Heck yeah, guys. Yeah, Monday's been kicking my butt, and it's not like a bad day. I just can't get my brain to like focus properly. I have just been scattered. I allowed myself to get overwhelmed today, and just really haven't gotten done what I wanted to. Felt behind the whole time. Trisha from Minnesota, hey there. Scooby Lee, looking good in green. Davlin 88, hey there. Matrix Rabbit, proudly ignorant. Here from Tara's stream. Can't believe she reeled me into this. Caved in to my curiosity. I don't even need any more support. Psh, that Tara. Yeah, we like that Tara. Her and her meddling dog, you know? Just kidding. I don't know if she has a dog or not. Christina Leone, hey there. Good to see ya. Kelly B69. You know, I realized today in my scatteredness that I totally forgot Night Yard last night. Shout out to my man Russ, very patient with me. Yeah, totally spaced that. Just, it's gone. Same Monday, huh, Mile High Hokey? Yeah, Jake texted me as he's wont to do on his way home from work, and he was like, dude, today was so gnarly, but good. And I sent him back, what does that even mean? What could possibly have happened today? Apparently he was kicking butt and taking names, and blowing expectations away is what that means. So that's good. I wish I could have done that today. I do need an assistant. I don't know if I'm that important yet. We definitely cannot pay an assistant. So, you know, I find it hard to say that I need an assistant because I don't know. That is a very nice thought. That would be cool. Going for a walk. I do that. I bet you I need some more sunshine on my skin, maybe some social activity, but that's what this is all about. I did put together a little bit of a topic. Sweet tea, good to see ya. I thought about making tea, but I did not get around to it. Deeming, JBZ. Tuesday will be better. Tuesday usually is. I feel like I'm definitely a Tuesday kind of guy, you know? Wonder if this is too loud. But yeah, I figured I was struggling. I had this great idea, and I was sitting down and pondering it, and then I like forgot most of it. I like remember the concept, but I don't remember the topic. So like I went and took a shower and thought about it. I was like, what the heck happened to my great idea? I should have been writing it down, right? So it didn't come back, but I did think of a different topic that I've been meaning to talk about for a while. And we're going to talk about contrary action a little bit today. And you know, it's interesting. I'll pick a topic just on a whim, right? Just a little inspiration, whatever. Like, oh, maybe I'll do this, and just kind of chase that idea for a second and see how it pans out. The ideas that I've had like that recently that have panned out and then I've made a show about, they all seem to tie together somehow. I don't know what's going on in my subconscious, but contrary action in researching and putting a show together for this topic. We're going to talk about a lot of the same concepts that we talk a whole lot about, which is okay because they call it rote. We're just going to kind of hammer away the toolkit, you know, until it's second nature. So yeah, synchronicity. It seems divine. It seems right. It was totally a holy crap idea, Matrix Rabbit. It was really cool. I was going to ask for volunteers and we were going to do activities, and like in my head, like the first volunteer was going to have to like it was going to have to go really well, cuz then everyone else was going to want to do it. It was going to be so cool. So I'm going to have to remember what the heck I was thinking. Sometimes my brain's crazy, but when that idea comes back, we will definitely have a new activity. But yeah, contrary action in the context of recovery, in the context of trauma and mental health, and in the context of the things that we deal with here on the lifeboat, refers to intentionally acting in a way opposite to one's natural instinct, or more likely, habitual behavior. So, contrary to what you would naturally do, your natural instinct, contrary to whatever your habits are, right? And the thinking behind this is that whatever habits we have, bad habits particularly, right? Harmful habits particularly, they got us where we are now, which is where we're trying to, move through and out of. We're trying to move on to a better life, right? Recover from trauma, mental health problems, addiction recovery, right? So the idea is that we, instead of like, we identify that these habits and instinctual behaviors are not serving us, right? So we recognize we should probably do the opposite. Maybe that's a good idea. Um, and this has worked to great effect for me, especially like I don't know about you guys. I mean, I imagine, but I don't know. For me, I'm a very habitual creature. I do a lot of the same stuff. I like to do the same things. I like what I like, and especially in response to trauma, or like a stressful situation, or some sort of negative stimulus. My go-to, my instinct, my behavior, my habit is to go to go to a habit, right? My instinct is to do something I know, right? So if that behavior, if my go-to is not serving me, we want to change that. And one of the ways we can do that is through contrary action, right? So, in at some point in my life, if I lost my job, or if my girlfriend broke up with me, if something bad happens, I can't pay the rent. I don't know, just a bunch of run of the mill great examples, right? That people can relate with, that have all totally happened to me. My go to is like, well, I'm gonna go get a bag. I'm gonna go get drunk. We're just gonna not worry about it. We're gonna numb it, right? We're gonna escape from it. Um, we want to not do that. We need to process these emotions and experience them fully. So through contrary action, if that's my go-to, just do something else, anything else, right? Often something that involves some activity or some service has served me very well, right? So maybe the contrary action is I'm going to go for a walk, right? I'm going to go get some exercise. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to call my grandma and see if I can go mow her lawn or something. I don't know, right? Those are for me. Those are things that I have done. And some of them may serve you, some of them may not. But everyone has things that, I'm sure you can find to do, especially in that moment when you recognize, like, oh, this is my behavior, my habit here, my instinct here is to engage in something that hasn't served me in the past. So I'm going to do something else intentionally. And it doesn't have to be the exact opposite, right? Don't get hung up on that bit. Just do something else. Recognize, oh, this is bad habit. This is a bad instinct. Let's do something else. And pertaining to mental health, this may involve challenging negative thought patterns. This may involve avoiding isolation, which we are doing right now by being here, participating, being social. We're connecting. So we're achieving some of this already. But we talk about challenging negative thought patterns a lot. We talked about this morning with our negative self-talk and trying to be nicer to ourselves. Yeah, challenging negative thought patterns is the essence of changing oneself. Is the essence of moving forward, especially through trauma, I believe. Good night, Matrix Rabbit. Starting to do things again, so I have to build up steam. Well, make sure you get some rest. We're rooting for you. We'll see you in the morning. I wonder what would happen if I took contrary action? Would I end up in Thailand? I have seen this happen before. You might think I'm kidding, but true story. The first time I got sober, I met this girl in the rooms. I won't say her name. I don't think it's proper, but she was a hopeless alcoholic, and she wound up in Thailand living her best life on vacation. Just yeah, just doing what she didn't used to do. So, highly encourage you to chase your dreams as well. On a side note, Tara, if that's somewhere you'd like to end up, go for it. Be safe, but go for it. Become your own cheerleader, says Davey. You get it. You got it. You get it. It's good. You got it. You get it. It's good. Check that out. Valerie102. Earlier in this chat, called myself a dummy. Unlike the past, I immediately reread it and thought, no, Val, we're not doing that. That's right. A little self-love goes a long way, and we'll get to self-care here in a bit. JBZ, that's terrible. I'm sure if there's no one in your immediate area, you can get on some kind of mobile deal, right? Like my dad still uses the therapist that he used back in Nevada, right? So I'm sure that you can I'm sure you can find someone that'll fit, that's a right fit. That's probably a blessing in disguise that none of those therapists are calling you back. They probably all suck. I'm sorry to hear that, JBZ. That's unfortunate. Kevin Hawthorne, our friend from Lakeland, how you doing? Welcome back in. Alan Ballantyne, Janet G. Tara says, I used to go wherever the wind blew me, so Thailand probably isn't in the cards anytime soon. Lol. I actually need a break from travel. Was on the road for 5 years, so I guess contrary action would literally not be going to Thailand, though. Then, Tara. I feel like you know that, but I would be silly if I didn't say it out loud. So, there's that. Krista Melinda, for me, I still need to find peace within myself. I won't find it in a place. I'm not there yet, but I'm trying. And that's all we can do. You're doing great. You're doing absolutely great. And we're also going to get to that finding oneself bit. That's totally a part of this contrary action thing. Did you guys catch my dad's show earlier? He is a killer. I love watching his stuff. Even just listening to it, it's just really good all the way around. Well, I am in Tucson, so that would make a little sense. Come Alive Ministries. Where were we? Avoiding isolation. Oh, and so it may involve challenging negative thought patterns, avoiding isolation, right? This will most certainly involve participating when feeling unmotivated or overwhelmed. It will 100%, I guarantee you, there will be times when you're not feeling it and you're going to have to do it anyways. That's totally a part of the thing. That's 100% a part of like suiting up and showing up to life. Getting out of bed and meeting life on the terms dealt to me, right? Like taking the poker hand that life gave me in the morning and just doing my best with it. That is totally a part of this, regardless of how I feel. When I wake up in the morning, sometimes I feel like I can't do the boat. Sometimes I'm like, I can't believe that I don't feel good right now. I have to do it anyway. It's just something that has to be done. So I get up and I act like I'm gonna be somebody. Like Christy says to her dogs. I get up and I act like it. I get up and I live as is. So 100%, I think this is a very important point. There's going to be, and y'all probably know, there's going to be times when you don't want to do it. You're going to have to do it. It's just how it's going to work. And as far as pertaining to the context of trauma, contrary action is probably going to involve the gradual facing of emotions and memories, difficult experiences, right? And I don't think that I've touched on this nearly enough. We've touched on dealing with trauma and processing emotions and journaling, but I don't think I've ever cautioned anyone to be gradual in this process, especially when processing trauma, deep trauma from our past. We want to be very nice and gentle and take baby steps. I don't think I say this nearly enough because it's, we're going to be facing and processing very, very difficult experiences and emotions, very, very powerful, overwhelming stuff, and we want to make sure that we're not diving into a sea we can't swim out of, right? So we definitely want to make sure it's a gradual facing of emotions, a gradual processing. I am a pro at just recklessly running in and then just finding myself overwhelmed. That is my go-to. That's my natural instinct behavior. And that's something that I've worked on and made a large effect at changing. I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes, obviously, in that regard, right? But that's something that I have largely affected a change in myself. Absolutely, body illusion. I'm super proud of myself. And that actually is the next bit here. We want to practice gratitude. When we want to celebrate, what's the word that I used? Progress. We want to celebrate progress, right? We want to cultivate a mindset of gratitude and celebrate progress, right? We want to stay in the present moment and not worry about future uncertainties or focus and get trapped in past traumas and events, right? We talk about staying in the present moment a lot, but I think I haven't laid it out like that, quite that good. Cultivating a mindset of gratitude by focusing on the positives and not focusing on past ills or worrying about future uncertainties. That will enable us to affect the present moment and the future, right? Practicing self-care, all obviously very important. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. We talk about self-care all the time. Mayonnaise Entertainment, good to see you. But I will say self-care can involve just relaxing. Self-care can involve just scheduling time for you to not have any obligations, right? Okay, from 6 to 7, I have nothing planned. I'm just going to do whatever. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take a bath, whatever, right? It can involve just simply relaxing or like doing a hobby. I was going to ask you guys, what kind of self-care practices have y'all employed recently? Or maybe a tried and true self-care practice. And I also would like to ask, do any of y'all, do y'all have hobbies that you do in your free time? Have y'all carved out time for oneself? I don't know if this is a common thing. I don't know if this is a niche thing, but I feel like it should be a common thing. I feel like we should be treating ourselves on a regular basis. I'm better for it when I do. I know that. My problem was drugs and alcohol, but physiological testing deemed me schizoaffective. I'm really not, just spiritually intense. Clean for 5+ years now. Wow, it's a long time. Come Alive Ministries. Good for you, dude. It's a big deal. We pull out the trophy for milestones. 5+ years is a big deal. Yeah, I'm an alcoholic and a crackhead, and it's been about a year and 4 months and some days. February 24th, 2023 is my sobriety date. Welcome. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. Come Alive. I appreciate you. REA, good to see you. How you doing over there in Israel today, brother? Just remember, all of you are appreciated and amazing. All the love from Israel. Thank you, my friend. What kind words. Pickleball and serving medical missions in Haiti. Wow. What a hobby and a bit of service there. Thank you for your service, Trisha. That is pretty cool if you ask me. I don't think you were asking me, Shannon Smith, but I would definitely do one at a time. It's all like, everyone processes things differently and has different capacities, right? But I would start with one at the very least, right? And see how it goes. Awakened by the Looking Glass. Hey there. Tracy Range, welcome in. Blessed to Crochet. Yeah, I feel like it's going around. Blessed to Crochet. Blessed to Crochet says, today has been a hard day. Thank you for all your support and love for my lifeboat family. We love you. Yeah, I've been feeling super tired today as well, Tracy, and just super discombobulated. Mr. Ray Ray, what's going on, brother? Yeah, man, alone time is important. REA says, Spanx, my wife and I, even on the weekends, take time just apart from each other. We call it alone time, and it is necessary for a good marriage. I agree. You got to have time for yourself. We are individuals, even if we decide to be a part of a family unit, right? Thank you, JPC. I feel accomplished. I definitely feel more solid in this year and 4 months than I did at my 2 years, for sure. 100%. Way more solid. And that's largely due to not allowing my mistakes to go like without learning lessons. You know what I mean? Yeah, I learned lessons from all those mistakes. All of that, falling off the wagon and all of that, finding a new bottom that I did was just research, for the future. And I'm definitely better for it. Not that I would condone anyone going out and trying again. I mean, obviously, if we need to do that, we need to do that, but only we can decide. Like, it's a very personal thing. But I definitely don't regret, my mistakes. I'm grateful for them, for the opportunity to learn. And often, I'm glad y'all are talking about therapists. That's very important. I'm not a therapist or a doctor, but often with traumas from the past, heavy emotional traumas, therapy is a huge boon. Like finding someone that you can talk to, a professional, a licensed professional that you can talk to about this stuff is. I can't say how helpful it is. It can't be overstated. It can't possibly be overstated, especially with trauma and mental health. Therapy is invaluable, and especially like because I'm not a therapist, right? The lifeboat can't take the place of proper therapy, right? We're just doing peer support here and talking about relevant issues. I would highly suggest if you don't have a therapist, or if you don't have a therapist that you feel comfortable or like that you feel like you can trust, right? Find one. Um, it's going to serve you to the moon and back. September is a nice time to be in Tucson. I honestly think that right now it's not too bad. 90 doesn't feel so hot when 110 is on the horizon, Lol. She's not a tool though. That's how I talk. Just want to be clear about that. You're funny, Tara. I know your therapist's not a tool, but she's a tool. You know what I mean? Like yeah. It's a this and it's a that. 22-year absence from gambling. Holy moly. I find it hard counting that high sometimes. I have always wanted to visit Maine, Rolling Stone. I've never been. I want it in my life. Some fresh, crisp, northeastern, some fresh New England air in my lungs. There are a lot of therapists out there who are tools. Not gonna lie, gotta weed those out. That's hilarious, Kristen. I also have found it hard historically, mayonnaise, to find a good therapist that fits me. It is what it is, You got to find someone that fits good. Sometimes it is a process, but once you find them, you hold on to them. Bucket list for sure, Valerie. Cosmic Christy, how you doing? Welcome in. Happy Monday. Hope yours is more put together than mine. I guess mine isn't bad. It's just discombobulated and weird. Discombobulated. Don't forget, guys, going to be interviewing Tara Smiling on Wednesday. We're still on for Wednesday, right, Tara? Right, Tara? Yeah, you definitely gotta want it come alive. I feel like that goes along with all of this stuff we're talking about here. You really gotta want it. Like if your half measures are not going to serve us in any of these endeavors for sure. You got to go all in, and I think that's part of why I had to go as deep as I went, because I really needed to know for certain that that wasn't the way, I guess. Like it really needed to be proven. Um, Nicola E yesterday hit 6 months. Hey, we're getting into big numbers now. We are getting into big numbers. Heck yeah, Nicola. Killing it. Killing the game. Yeah, it's not necessarily unpleasant, Valerie, for me either. I just feel like I didn't prepare properly for the boat. I didn't get anything done that I wanted. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did get some things done, but not nearly as much as I wanted. Goddess Divine, hey there. How you doing? Good to see you. I feel like it's been a while. Missed you. All right. Contrary action. There's still a bunch of notes here. Yeah, if I don't remember reading a ton of answers about the self care and gratitude and hobbies and whatnot, but I find it very useful to schedule my self care and my hobbies and my relaxation. Right, like Arya was saying, him and his wife have time that they schedule that's alone time. Right, I find this very very helpful to schedule time for myself, or schedule time to like self care. Take a shower, brush my hair, just all the things. Wash my face, put lotion on, whatever it may be. Just stare at the wall, take a nap, take a bath, a bubble bath. Who knows? Just listen to music a little, right? I try to schedule that stuff because it's important. It's not to be discounted. Nicola E was around some drunk folks this weekend. I hope I wasn't ever that much hard work. That is funny. I have had this exact same thought, followed closely by I bet I was. You know what I mean? But hey, man, you're 6 months removed from all that, and it's interesting looking in from like a sober mind space. You know what I mean? It looks completely different. Monday, yeah, Monday's a butt kicker sometimes. I always set out with the best intentions, but we land where we land. I'm glad you made it here, Goddess Divine. It's pretty much over now. It's pretty much over now. Just washed my little dog. I feel weird recommending songs that have alcohol in the name, so we're gonna choose a different song, a different sort of song of the day today. I'm gonna try something new. I guess I would consider this like hip hop or R&B, but it's on my reggae playlist, and it makes me feel good. Um, Hold on, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Yeah, it's called "Believe" by Foresta. And I can't remember how I discovered this. I was on a reggae kick and I was playing around with Spotify and like Discover Weekly, and I don't know, just kind of doing my random music dig thing where I dig into new music and try new stuff. And this popped up somehow. And in my head, it's categorized as reggae, but it's not reggae at all. It's totally like hip hop R&B. But I love this song. It's the only song by this artist that I really listen to. In fact, I don't think I've listened to any other songs by this artist at all. But this one, it's very nice. Very nice. You know? First things first. Me time, so important. That's the way. That is the way. Sent me a video about 15 minutes ago. Is that why my phone was doing the thing? You're totally fine. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Whether you're doing it or not, someone is. So don't sweat it. I take it in stride. No need to beat yourself up or hold yourself accountable for things that are totally just like spilt milk. No big deal. In fact, maybe it's something important and I need to look at it. You know what I mean? So don't feel bad. Send me the things. Miss Dragon explaining the ones. Thought it might be helpful to have it handy. Word. Thank you. Yes, ones are for thoughts and prayers or whatever you want to call them. Keeping someone in your thoughts, sending good vibes. We don't want to put anyone off with certain terminologies, but ones are just sending love or prayers or thoughts to someone. You know? Support, throwing support someone's way. Rodent invasion. Try to take some deep breaths, Rolling Stone, and handle it one rodent at a time. You got this. Exhaustimate. You totally got this. Good night. We love you. Oh my gosh. Just picturing you being completely overwhelmed. I used to go to a lot of meetings. I have been thinking about checking it out these days, but it's different now. Like, I don't think that, like, I wouldn't want to go through the steps again. I wouldn't want to, and this is kind of blasphemous, right? It's kind of against the whole deal, but I don't think I really want to sponsor people. I kind of feel like that's what I'm doing here. Like, even though I'm not, it's not like we're not doing a 12-step thing, but like, I don't, like, if I went back, it would be just like for the culture, like to absorb knowledge. Maybe I would do like a book study, right? So I think if I were to go to meetings today, it would totally be like a different kind of situation than it has been for me in the past. But I mean, I've got recovery literature all over the house. I've got 12 and 12 over here. I've got many big books, some of which I have annotated, some of which other people have annotated. I've got some CA literature, some NA literature. I've got all kinds of stuff. I have a speaker tape of Dr. Bob himself speaking in, I believe it's 1953. Terrible audio quality, but that's just what they had back then. So like, I'm into it. Like, I'm really into it, but I try to do my best to not focus on that kind of stuff here, because I know it puts a lot of people off. It works for some people, but for a lot of people, it has like discarded and like it has done a lot of people dirty, I feel like, or a lot of people feel like they've been done dirty. I don't know how to say it, right? But I definitely feel like it's a polarizing subject. So if I ever use material from the rooms, I try to do it in a passing manner or a subtle manner, or yeah, I try to put it in there in a way where it's not going to put people out, because I recognize that it's not for everyone and it's polarizing. But I'm into it. I'm super into it, JBZ. In fact, Tara and I were talking about reading the book a little. I'm excited for that prospect. I like the light blue one, the winter edition, or maybe that's the one we're talking about, the winter edition or whatever. Super delicious. Elderberry. Yeah, Valerie, it's like a meat market at some places. It feels like it's like, oh my gosh, did anyone tell you guys about the 13th step? We want to stop preying on women in here, or what? Yeah, they used to bother the crap out of me. Dr. Bob, AC/DC. Unpopular opinion of the day. I'm not a fan of AC/DC. Come on, let me have it. Bring it on. Bring on the hate. What the heckin' heck? I want to be a fan of AC/DC. I try really hard. I can tolerate, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think there's any band that I listened to more unwillingly. There's no. I don't think there's a band on planet Earth that I've listened to more often unwillingly than AC/DC. Like I don't think there's been more instances in my life where I've been like, I wish I was listening to a different band, and it was AC/DC. Like I don't think that there were any other band more that happened more with. And I think they're great. Like I recognize what they did for music, right? I recognize what the deal is. I'm sick of hearing their friggin' music. Sick of it. I really like that movie School of Rock. There was way too many AC/DC songs in it. That's how I feel. That is a good question, Shannon Smith. I was thinking that myself. Has anyone talked to Brazy today? I feel like she was on my dad's show at like 10:30 or whatever. I feel like I heard her name this morning, but I cannot be certain. I have not watched the show on Bon Jovi, but I am willing. I am super willing. Yeah, I feel like I seen her this morning, right? I'm not imagining that. I have a fantastic imagination. Shauna B, I'm so glad you're saying this. Thank you for introducing me to the song I Am, just what I needed. I now have the lyrics in my journal. Beautiful song and medicine to my soul. That's exactly how I feel about that song, Shauna. I'm so glad that you feel the same. That was totally my intent when I shared that song. Like just the fact that one person feels this way and I helped them discover it, that is amazing. It's all worth it. It is all worth it. I have a wide array of tastes, Shannon, and I try to sprinkle, like I try to not do too many of the same kind of thing in a row, because I know that no one's gonna agree with everything that I like because I like so much stuff. And a lot of what I like is like metal and rap, and that's pretty abrasive, aggressive kind of music. So I try not to recommend any of those. But like try to recommend. I was going to recommend a country song today, but it's about tequila, so I decided not to. Great song. There's a couple more on that album, Shauna B, that are really good. The Story of You is really good, and what's the other one on that album? That album is so good. Remember Ja. I guess that can be a little offensive to some people, but Remember Ja and The Story of You on that album are just so great. We are skipping all of these songs that low frequency music. I'm going to have to recommend some Incubus here soon, I think. Promises. It's probably my favorite Incubus song, I think. It used to be that one that everyone likes, Pardon Me. But I'm a huge fan of the song Promises by Incubus. Promise me one thing, don't make me any promises. It's a great song. All my favorite Incubus songs are totally love songs. Are you out of here, Come Alive Ministries? Dude, thanks for your participation and for hanging out today, dude. I enjoyed you. I enjoyed your presence immensely. Come back soon. See you on the flippy floppy. I think the first country song that I ever recommended on this channel is still to this day my favorite. Probably will forever be my favorite country song, and that I'm pretty sure that was some broken hearts never mend by Don Williams. Wow, that was hard. I almost didn't find it. Sifting through the old brain cabinet. Better late than never, Shauna. We talked a little bit about contrary action and all kinds of related concepts, and now we're kind of talking about music and just farting around a little. How is your Monday? Mine has kicked my butt, but now I'm here with friends, and I think we can kick the feet up and relax a little. I don't know if Jelly Roll is country or not. I'm pretty sure that I worked a show for them for Florida Georgia Line, Heather. I'll have to look through my shirts and see if I have one. Wish you were here. Yeah, Promises is one of the best love songs of all time. That's a hard statement to back up. I don't know if I can back that up, but one of my favorites. Now I have to hear it, so we're putting it on. I wish you were here. Why is it not on this album? What the heck? What the heck? Fun fact, I don't know how into this band any of you guys are, but Incubus has been around since like pre 1997. They have an album they released in 1997, and they have an album they released in. I guess they have a couple from that year on Spotify at least, and those years aren't always accurate, but they're quite an old band. Their first couple albums, they were much more like old Chili Peppers, like more like funky, like really jumpy bass, a little heavier, a little more, I don't know, aggressive, less love song. And they definitely took a wild turn in their years. They only had a couple albums like that, and then they found themselves on more of an alternative rock kind of vibe. I'm not going to find it, I don't think, right now, because I can't use my brain very good. There it is. Yeah, Promises. Oh, that beat though. I love that song, Body Illusion. Huge flash flood next town for me. Hope everyone's all right, Nicola. How are you and yours? Is everyone safe and doing all right? Now considered vintage. Are they really, Lacey? That makes me feel old. I am actually a fan of the Bare Naked Ladies, so I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you on that. Lol. Lol. Is Incubus from Canada? That's so cool. That is so cool. A lot of my favorite bands these days are from Canada. Some of my favorite metal bands are from Canada as well, and Australia. I heard Slipknot got new masks, but I couldn't find pictures that I trusted. All right, guys. I know I started late, um, but I mean, maybe I just do a little bit of a shorter show. It's tincture time. We're gonna do some tincture, and I'm not gonna. Mama didn't raise no wuss, so I'm gonna go hard in the paint today. But we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I think I need more self care today or something. So please hold. I need to make sure I'm not missing something. Have a grocery delivery coming so that I don't have to walk to the grocery store and back. I'm on the road of least resistance. Give in to this. Checkout. I already checked out. What is happening? Won't you never make? Sorry, guys. Thank you for your patience. Arriving in 4 minutes. Wow. It's the only time they've ever been on time, and it's the one time I don't want them to be here at the beginning of the window. So today, what we're doing, not looking forward to that. Today, we're doing the jacked up version of the Tommy's Tink. And I'm not going to do a ton of it because one hurts a lot. But, maybe we'll do the end of the dropper. Maybe we'll, we're going to feel this one. What do you guys think, huh? Ooh, where did that fall? I'm going to find tincture in my keyboard later. That's great. But yeah. Yeah, Kristen Melinda is a woman of her word, LKF. Well, they come in a wide range, Tara, so you don't have to overdo it. Maybe Mondays require extra self-care, Goddess. I think you're right. I think you're onto something. Maybe I'll get another classic movie on. The Goonies was pretty good. All right, y'all. I'm gonna do that much. I hope that the camera caught that. I did it in a different spot than I normally do. Oh. Oh, that one is savage. Oh, that one is a savage beating of the senses. Oh. Okay, so where it touches, it hit the middle of my tongue, I believe, and kind of pulled it in the center because it was like middle line, straight back of the tongue, and then spread out from there. Just now hitting the throat. So like from the tip of my tongue, the whole surface area of it, to the back of my throat. So like basically the whole thing is now on fire. Sauvage, says Jacob Skousen. That's right, the original Roadhouse. Good looking out, Valerie. That is what I needed. And I have to say the hottest bit of it is like the very, like my tonsils, basically, like the worst spot. And like maybe like under my tongue and like just it's hot. I'd say a 6 or a 7 is where I'm landing. But it keeps moving and like evolving. Now it's like creeping forward on like the roof of my mouth. I hear capsaicin is good for inflammation, but I'm no expert. I wish it didn't burn so bad on the tonsils, That's like, it's making me all squinty. This is capsaicin tincture. So let's see. This is organic MCT oil. So it's just like a vegetable oil kind of deal with capsaicin extract, which is when you eat a hot pepper, when you eat something spicy, capsaicin is the oil that is spice. So it's just pure spice is what I just ate. But this one has capsaicin crystals in it. So it's like, if you're familiar with like dabs, like weed dabs, it's like a concentrated THC. This is like that version of capsaicin. It doesn't get you high. It's just hot. It's just concentrated hotness. I mean, it kind of does. Your body releases its own natural endorphins because it thinks it's dying in response, which is partially why some people do it. Whew. Speaking of, guess what just arrived? Yours truly's endorphin dump. My heat is down to a 2 or a 3 now. In capsule form, it's good for inflammation. Yeah, it's probably irritating everything it's touching right now, I would imagine, right? That makes a lot more sense. Well, I will say, Tara, so the one I just did is insanely hot. Wow, I thought the lid wasn't on. I thought I just made a mistake. But like I have a bunch of these. I don't know if I've showed you my collection, but the one I just did with the extra crystals in it, that's why I wrote on it so I don't get it confused. That one's really hot. This one like doesn't even register anymore because I do this other one so much. But like they come in a wide range. This one I have from Grizzly Heat, the process of extracting the capsaicin, or what some part of the process of making the tincture, they used alcohol on this one, which winds up with a you end up with a much stronger batch of of tincture when you use the alcohol. And I don't exactly know how it works, what the process is, but I do know all of my other ones are alcohol-less in the process. There's no alcohol used at all. And they only get to a certain hotness, barring this one because it's got the crystals in it. But this one, and you can kind of tell it kind of has like a little bit of an alcohol taste to it, but way hotter in general than the ones without alcohol in the process. And I'm not saying like it's not like it's going to get you drunk or anything. That's not what I'm saying, but something about the way they extract it or create the tincture, they use alcohol to something. Scam likely. That's what that one says. Oh, wow. That was intense. I think I'm going to be okay. My mouth is a water. Oh, I think I need to go get my thing, guys. So hit the like, subscribe, bell for notifications. I think my groceries are here, so I'm going to go get those. You guys have a great day. Have a great night. Catch me in the morning, and I will be posting journal questions as soon as I get back. So give me like 15 minutes. I'll have some journal questions posted, all right?